Welcome to EDJ Studios. This is the E.D.J. Podcast. I always mess up the name. I don't know what it is.
All good, man.
How are you, man? We have Jonathan Rivera, MMA champion.
Yep. Combat zone.
Nice. How you been, man? How you doing?
Pretty good, brother. I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, man, the pleasure's all
Beautiful
mine.
place, dude. I like it.
Thank you. We're working on it. It's work in progress. The progress that never ends.
Can only imagine, bro.
Yeah, how are you on this Friday, man?
I'm doing good. I just got out of wrestling class and right over here, bro.
You just told me that. I'm like, wow, he's right at the gym, probably right out of work, right to the
dude.
gym.
Yeah. It's dude. We got guys ready to fight October. I'm looking to get back in November, defend the title, which is I know this kid's gonna come for my head, so gotta stay ready. Even though you don't go hard right now, you gotta be in the gym. You know.
Wow. So in November, you're already looking to get back in there. Your fight was just last month, correct?
Yep. I'm looking. I know this is the end of the year. This is the last fight that they're gonna have, so I want to get something in. I have October 5th. I have a submission match. I'm going to New York versus like a New York police officer. That's for a title too.
Oh,
but
nice.
that's a submission match, and then after that, I'm hoping to fight November 1st, and then towards December, I'm actually doing charity boxing. I like to stay busy, bro.
Wow,
Yeah.
man, you just busy.
I'm trying, bro. I'm 38 years old. I'm having fun, as much fun as I can right now. Before I can't even walk anymore by 40. You know, but it's showing my son like, hey, get after it, man. It doesn't matter what age. I want him to be. I don't know. I grew up like constantly being out in the streets doing stuff, so I want him to be like that instead of being tablet and
yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, man. That's a very important thing. If you have kids, get them off the screen.
Yeah, he gets on sometimes, bro, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta cut him off.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay, if, a little bit here and there because it is the culture nowadays.
For
you
sure,
don't want to
yeah.
completely, but there's kids that are just that's all they do all the time, and as a parent, it's very scary because you don't really know what's in there.
Exactly. What is this Roblox stuff? Like, you don't know who's communicating with your kids, man. It scares me. I'm like that too. I'm always like, hey, what are you doing over there? What are you watching?
Yeah, and as much as they have those parent control things, and you think you could do whatever you choose the kids version. As we know,
how old are your kids? My kid's 7. He's into like Mr. Beast, and I go, what,
yeah,
dude? I'm like,
yeah.
Forget about Mr. Beast,
exactly.
man.
And that whole Roblox thing is like insane.
Yeah, that's.
But my
good.
kids are 10 and 9 right now.
Okay, yeah.
So
Similar.
we're close,
absolutely,
close in age. 2 boys.
Perfect, dude.
And it's awesome.
It's the best, man.
Yeah,
I go home. I love it. I love it.
Exactly.
Just a mini me.
Yes.
You know?
Well, let's get into it, man. You're a little bit of your background. So I know you're Puerto Rican.
Yes.
You were raised in Lowell.
Yep.
Tough time, tough era too.
Tough father too, Marine. So everything was rough around the house, but I like it, man. Old school. I was raised old school. So respect, loyalty, old school Puerto Rican values, which I love. My dad was a Marine. I grew up, just getting into wrestling. He put me right into wrestling. But I have family members that were Golden Glove champions, so combat sports is always it's kind of in our blood,
Yeah, I was telling you, before we started recording, Puerto Rico is known for boxing.
100%, yeah.
It's a warrior culture.
Yep.
Puerto Ricans are known for fighting.
Yep.
So I thought, boxing would probably be the first thing.
I loved it, man. Yeah. But like I said, I grew up watching my cousins with the Ayala brothers. They were Golden Glove champions multiple times. Grew up watching them, but my father goes, my dad was a wrestler, so he goes, we're gonna get you more to grappling. So and it just stuck. But I was baseball, grappling, and football, a little bit of football too.
Your dad was ahead of the time,
Well, he learned from the Marines, you know what I'm saying? Like everything was more combat, survival. He raised me survival and trying to I'm grateful, a tough upbringing, but I'm like, you know what? It made me become a cop. Like, just having that tough skin and
discipline.
Yeah,
discipline.
Right, 100%.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know probably in your younger years you probably did not like it. You probably hated it.
Oh, dude, he came home angry, Jonathan. You know what I'm saying? But I respected that because I respected him.
Yes, yes, that's cool. That's cool, man.
For sure, I love the guy. I'm grateful, man. Yeah.
Nice. He's still around?
He is. Yep. He retired about 4 years ago. He's working private security right now, but yeah, he's still working.
Nice.
Still in the gym. He's a big guy, so he's a big heavy lifter.
Nice.
So, yeah.
What does he think about you fighting?
Oh, he gets sick to his stomach every time, man. Yeah, he gets nervous, but he enjoys it. He's enjoying it, I'm glad I got him the belt. He wore it with his friends, and a lot of the retired cops, they came down and watched me. It was pretty cool, man. It was a good moment.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
You know, your background, it's wrestling.
Yep.
You know, and I'm gonna get this out the way. We just had this big fight, boxing fight.
Yep.
Canelo Alvarez,
Yep.
Crawford. Big boxing fan. What did you think? What did you think about that fight?
So Canelo kept going to the body. I thought he was going to go to the body and finally get up to the head, but Crawford, man, is so skillful. He had a beautiful cross. Every time Canelo was coming in, I feel like his his uppercut and his freaking straight punch was just landing perfectly.
Yeah.
Crawford looked so fucking good, man. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
I
lie.
was impressed.
His size, like they look the same size.
Yeah, exactly. By the fifth round, I'm like, it's over.
He was touching him, and Canelo's head was snapping back. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
He fought a perfect match.
Exactly. He was in there, got out of there,
Yep.
in there, got out.
I
of
could
there.
hear the coaches saying that double jab. Like I felt like that every time they jabbed, it was keeping him at bay. But Canelo, I mean, I don't think he slowed down. I think he just he wanted to like kind of work his way to the body and work his way up to the head. But he just wasn't. I think he was just flustered. To be honest with you,
I think he was annoyed that he wasn't there to be hit.
Right.
You know, he just wasn't there when he tried to swing.
Right.
I never seen Canelo like swing and miss.
Right. It was
like big punches.
100%.
I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, he's like just whiffing out
Right.
there. I've never seen that from Canelo. And, you know, a lot of people was like, oh, Canelo slowed down age. I don't think that's what it was. I just think
right.
Crawford was in and out of there so fast and just couldn't touch.
Right. He was good, man. The combinations were awesome. But the thing is, too, Canelo could have gone in hurt. That's what, as people that will watch him, you know, he'll never admit that he's hurt. But like I've been to my training camps. Oh, I fought hurt. You know, like one of the my first title fight that I had in reality, which was sick, dude. Mohegan Sun packed.
Oh, nice.
Kid was tough though. It was a kid named Jojo Gonzalez. He was a really good fighter. He's pro now, but I went in. I tore something like on my knee, and we couldn't grapple for like 3 weeks. And then like the last week, I had to get like a plasma injection on my knee, so I can actually move around. Yeah, dude. It was like $1,000. I'm like, yo, put it on my credit card, please.
Yeah,
I need to be moving around, and it worked. But I went in. My endurance is shot though, man. But you go in hurt. I've gone in hurt all the time. So.
Yeah, and people don't know. So.
It's a mental thing, bro. It's part of the game. You know, these professional guys, they're hurt. They're just gonna freaking get tough, like mentally. It's a mental sport, man. It's mental.
Yeah, and the reason why I switched over to that question about boxing was because, like I said, your dad was ahead of the time. You easily could have been a striker.
Yep.
And focus your whole life on that. And we've seen now in MMA where wrestlers are pretty much dominating. You know, it was always jiu-jitsu, and for a time it was believed jiu-jitsu was like kind of the number one art to start with. They'll put your kid in jiu-jitsu first. Yep. And now pretty much everybody knows, you know, you start, your base should be wrestling.
Oh,
and you work your way.
I think so
way.
too, yeah.
That was ahead of his time, especially for, you know, Puerto Rican who's usually just go out there and
dude,
box.
like I said, I was the first one in the family. Everyone's kind of like, what the hell is this kid doing? But it stuck, you know. It was good for me. It was a good outlet for me. I was a very hyper kid. It was good to just get on the mats, and I loved it, man. I like some of the coaches. Actually, one of the coaches that I grew up like, so I grew up in a club called Doughboys.
Okay.
And one of the owners is actually a low police officer. His name is Mike Marshall. But I'm telling you, when I started, I was about 120 pounds. This guy was 200 pounds. I'd be wrestling him, and he's beating the crap out of me. And that's where I got the toughness, I feel, in that room. Like, I remember one time my arm, like, cracked or something like that, and he made me get up for, like, 2 more minutes and, like, keep wrestling.
Keep going.
I think my arm was broken, dude.
Yeah.
He goes, nah, toughen up. And that's how wrestling is, you know? It's like those moments.
It's a tough sport.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? And
Yeah.
honestly, after that, my mind changed. I'm like, you can still be hurt, but you're not out to fight. You know what I'm saying? You're still in. You're still in this game. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous rope to walk. You know, the injury where you could still probably go out there and win. Not has there you ever been injured to the point where you're like, you know what, I just really can't go.
So I was a 2-time state champion, and in my senior year, I was actually in the semifinals. I had rolled my ankle pretty bad. It was swollen. Like, we had to wrap it up, and I'm like, yo, Dad, I don't think I can wrestle. I couldn't walk. And my dad's like, you know, behind my head, like, you know, you got this. I'm like, dude, I can't do this. I can't even walk. Luckily, I ended up pinning the kid in the second period, but it was like moments like that where my mind kind of switched. Like, I doubted myself. Why did I doubt myself? You know, I overcame and I achieved. So after that, I started thinking more positive instead of negative, you know. But it was cool. That's what I like about the sport. It's like you going through like stuff like that mentally. you'll never like be like a regular person because you're kind of learning,
Yeah,
about
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah,
That's what I love.
and that's why I was telling you I would love for my kids to actually start.
It's awesome, man. It,
Yeah.
it builds up that confidence for
Yes,
kids. And,
yes. One of my kids, you were just saying you were hyper and you had all this.
oh
energy.
yeah.
And one of my kids, I'm like, it will help them out so much. So they do soccer, they do sports, and it's beautiful. They love that sport, and that's one thing I love. I never have to tell my kids, "Oh, we have practice," or like push them to like they automatically
ready to go.
It's practice time. Let's go.
Yep.
I'm like, great. We found something they like.
Yeah, no, I think soccer's a beautiful sport. Too.
Yeah.
That's a good cardio. You get them into something else, and it's just a good sport.
Exactly. But self-defense, I think everybody should do it. I think it's across the board. Doesn't matter what you do in life. I think, like you said, it builds confidence, and like when my boys are going into like those teenage years, and we already know how that goes. Well, at least I don't know how it is nowadays. When we were growing up,
Oh, I've got some
fighting,
crazy. Yeah, dude.
fighting was normal. Like
sure, yeah.
it was just part of life. I remember I used to fight the same two dudes all the time.
Yep,
like,
I've been there
for no reason. Like I don't even know why we used to fight on and break in school, but I used to fight the same two dudes all the time.
Yep.
I can't tell you why. We just did it. Not with friends, but I'm like, it was just part of.
You're just trying to prove your toughness and
Yes.
like you're trying to be cool. But I remember that feeling, man. Going to school and like you're like, damn, this kid wants to fight me.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple of times. That was kind of an interesting thing. I got chased by freaking at the time it was American History X. 3 skinheads chased me around school. Yeah.
Wow.
That kind of changed my mentality too. After that, I got chased by these 3 kids. 2 of them I actually ended up being cool with. After I won't say the names, but I got chased and I remember being scared and that clicked in my head. Like I'm like, yo, why was I scared? I'm never gonna run away from people again. I'm just gonna turn around, even if I get my ass kicked, whatever. But I'm gonna fight.
It was that thing of respect, man. Like,
I felt like such a coward, running away.
Afterwards,
yeah. So it kind of like, and I was in elementary school when that happened.
Yeah.
But
quick question: Why didn't you keep after high school? Why didn't you keep in wrestling or MMA? Was MMA once you graduated? Was it as big as it is now? Because it wasn't probably.
So
right?
I obviously I was kind of a party. I was kind of a knucklehead in school, so I was trying to get my grades up. I went to a junior college out in Iowa.
Okay.
I did pretty good. I was ranked like 3rd in the nation, but I was still partying out there.
Okay.
So my thing was like try to get the grades up and go to Division 1. But I kind of like I made it. I was ranked 3rd in the nation. I almost became an All-American the first year. The second year, I had a horrible tournament. I was cutting too much weight. So I ended up like coming back here, and I'm like, man, what do I do now? And that's when like it just got in my head, like, you know what? I got to man up right now. Like I was having like sleepless nights. I'm like, yo, I got to become a man. I got to figure out like how to make money. So after that, like I put in my head I was gonna become a cop, and that was the only thing. So I stopped all like combat sports, and I became a security guard, got into the police academy, and became a cop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Amazing.
Then I got fat, like
wow,
200
really?
pounds. Yeah, dude, I was having
wow.
heartburn. It sucked, and that's why I got back into combat sports.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So I'm you the guy I need to talk to, man. I was in shape. I was an athlete.
Yeah.
Kids came right around 25. I'm 34 now. Right around like 23. My wife got pregnant, and I gained like 100 pounds. I was 300 pounds not long ago, and I'm like 250 something. I've lost 50 pounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that feeling, man.
Oh, dude, well, because you're so busy with like
Yeah,
life and,
yeah.
and just eating crap.
Yep,
And, like,
yep.
that's
You
what-
lose. You get so focused on, like you was just saying, providing.
Yeah.
And
I was on the overnight shift, so I'm like, what was open? 7-Eleven. I'm eating garbage,
yeah, yeah. How's wrestling and fighting help you out as a cop?
Oh, absolutely, man. Tremendous. Like today, I had an issue today. Like
Oh, wow.
guy with a mental health,
Yeah.
So I get a call for a Hispanic guy just out in the streets, I'm like, and it was in Belvedere. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
A Spanish guy over there, I got to kick him out. But the guy did have, he was sitting on the grass. He had like some mental health issues. So I'm trying to talk to him, not talking to me. Call the ambulance. They kind of get a response. You could tell this guy's out of it. So he goes, I live here. So we go to the house. We knock on the door. We speak to the residents. He doesn't live there. I'm like, buddy, you got to go to the hospital. I'm sorry. We're going to try to figure out, like, I'm trying to get his information so I can, get in contact with his family. he's refusing the whole time. So as I'm like trying to get him to the ambulance, this guy starts clawing my hands, dude. And I'm like, I'm getting pissed because it actually cut me up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, at the same time, I kind of, I disengage. I'm like, just chill out. He needs help, man. So I let how I am. Like, I've been on for 14 years, man. I used to get pissed off at the beginning.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, whatever. I don't care. So I let the EMTs come in and we finally got him on, but it took a little bit, man. But yeah, I've been in a lot of stuff, man, hands on, and wrestling has always helped. Always helped.
Yeah, and like we said in the beginning, Lowell, is a lot calmer now compared to what it used to be, but it's still.
You just never know, man. I've been like attacked from behind and like turn around. It's a crazy job. It really is crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, that what just came on the news, I think last week or the beginning of this week, that crazy ambush that these cops.
You just never know,
yeah,
bro.
it's so crazy,
It is, and
Yeah.
like I consider myself like a violent hippie. Like I like combat sports, but like I'm a people person. I like being like I'm a family guy.
Yeah.
But this job, you just never know. You just never know.
Yeah, and that's why I tell everybody, listen, like you don't understand. I don't understand, but I can only try to put myself, in you guys' position. Go into somebody's house. You don't know what they're knocking on somebody's car. You don't know what's on their mind. You don't know what's going on.
Everybody sees me.
Yeah.
Like I work details and stuff like that, so they'll see me and they'll be like, "Yo, what's up, man?" But I don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? So everybody knows who I am, but I don't know who they are.
Exactly.
Because I'm always out there in the streets.
Exactly.
But
and it's so dangerous. And then that's why I'm like, just be nice to the cops, man. Be as.
But there's some douchey ones. I've seen them.
Of course. But a lot of times too is like I seen the videos where like you're not being the person not being, you are being a little bit of a douche. You're trying to fake it,
dude,
but you are trying to dig in like being.
And
an
I
asshole.
fell for that trap. Like I fell for that trap. I'm on YouTube and stuff like that, and it was honestly I was kind of pissed off because if you look at the photos, it's kind of like me angry, but I was kind of defending the guy, and I'm just being filmed, and I'm like, what the heck? Man?
And that's the thing about phones too. You get a certain picture, you don't get the whole thing, and then you start making up.
Oh, it's the worst, bro.
Yeah.
I try to be respectful, man. Like 14 years on, like if I pull you over, the first thing, everyone's got like a style, right?
Yeah.
My thing is like this. I walk up to you, I say, hey, do you know why I pulled you over?
Yeah.
And if you give me the right answer, like you're being honest with me, warning.
Exactly.
But I've been yelled at, dude. Like,
for no reason.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, and there's always a
automatically.
passenger. I'm like, well, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, exactly. It's not the right. Yeah, it's not smart.
But it is what it is, man. People.
Man, it's you're you do so many things, and it's so cool that you are a cop. We just had a crazy incident right here in Lowell, Massachusetts, with that whole school cool thing. How was that for you guys? I mean,
so I was at the end of my shift. I was actually in the station doing a report, and that tone, it's chaotic, man.
Yeah.
It's chaotic.
Yeah.
I've honestly, not to cut you off, but I'm like,
no.
Even thinking about me having like, my son 7 years old, I'm like, yo, I'm about to homeschool this kid.
Yeah.
Because it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's happened to me. I had to go. We got the message right away. It was right around the time when the kids jump on the bus.
Yeah.
My kid takes the bus home to school, but school called. You have to go. The school that even called. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll pick up the kids.
Yep.
Because I'm looking at the news. I went there and it was everybody was frantic and
but you know what, Lowell? We handle our stuff pretty good. We have a lot of guys, man, that honestly, when it comes down to stuff like that, they handle it pretty good, man.
By the time I got to my kids' school, there was already cops at the school everywhere, in every school I heard in Lowell.
Oh, yeah.
And, we do a Spanish podcast, and we talked about it, and that was one thing that we praised. We were like, wow. Like, we were impressed how Lowell handled everything.
What's the thing? Like, a lot of the guys know, like, where to look and stuff like that, but none of that stuff is, like, out in the news because, people, we don't want them to know to ruin the investigation and stuff like that. But, Lowell, I feel like Lowell is very, whenever situations like that, it's handled very well.
Yeah.
As crazy it is, it's a very crazy city. And there's always something going on, but it's handled pretty good, I feel.
Yeah, no. Overall, I think, and it showed, especially in that moment, I was like, way to go, Lowell.
Well, it's crazy, right? It's like, you got to lock everything down. You got to, the priority is like making sure the kids are safe.
Exactly.
So it's wild, man. But it's how the world is now, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah. So you are a little bit older.
Yep.
You're a cop. It's not easy. It takes a lot of time. You have a kid. You have a family.
Yep.
What made you decide, man? you're gonna pursue that MMA career?
So, like I said, I was out of shape. I went to this place. I was doing jujitsu a little bit, but I wasn't. It wasn't really giving me like a lot of like cardio like workouts that I liked from wrestling. So I went to this gym, Karasu Tango Academy in Nashua, and I started working out there. I started doing kickboxing.
Okay.
And after a couple months, I'm like, I'm going with some of the kids that are fighting, and I'm like, yo, let me get in there, let me spar with them, and I'm doing pretty good. The guy Walter, he says, "You want to fight?" I go, "Fuck, dude, you already got me, dude. You got me in shape, you motherfucker." So yeah, so after that, I said, screw it, dude. I was so nervous, for that first fight. So I still get nervous, but that first one, the anxiety was like crazy because I'm like, God damn, and I'm getting like messages from people that I know, yo, don't get knocked out. I'm like, motherfucker.
I think it's so cool because you're like you said,
Oh, it takes balls, dude. I'm telling you, because the anxiety will kill you.
Yeah, yeah.
You're in the back, you're like this.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then you hear the roar of the people.
Yeah.
You're like,
it's a whole different thing. Is you could play sports and you could do all that, but that's a whole different thing.
oh, you got the embarrassment.
Exactly.
People, you get knocked out. And I've been dropped my second fight, and you get past it, but that also scares you too. You're like, yo, my next fight, if I get hit, when am I gonna get dropped? But I have that weird mentality, but I'm like, I don't care, let it go.
You're
dude.
just going
run it.
for
Yeah,
it.
let's run it.
It's you have your career, all of a sudden you're starting this brand new thing. How far are you looking to go? Like, what is there like a plan? Is there like if you don't make it anywhere, like what is the goal?
Day by day, buddy. I'm just having fun with this. Well, I always told myself if I lose 2 matches in a row, I'm done. But I want to fight pro. I want to. Although it's crazy, and I've been like trying to prep for it, the elbows and stuff like that. I think that would be the craziest thing that I'll ever do in my life is doing a professional fight.
Like UFC.
Well, you work your way up. I like to defend this title in Combat Zone. I don't think I would get to the UFC because I'm obviously a little bit older. It's got to be years, man.
Yeah.
And that's okay with me. I'm happy where I'm at. But I like even winning this past belt, I just wanted to like prove to myself that I could do it. So I'm like, man, when I was 20 years old and I was talking about it, we were watching the fights. I always told people, I'm like, yo, I bet you I could do that. Yeah. And now at 38, I did it. But I'm like, if I could do it, if I knew I could have done it at a young age.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying. So if you're doing it right now,
I just wanted to prove to myself, and I'm happy now that I did it. But I'm like, let me get that pro fight because everyone's gonna say, yo, you ever fight pro? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I did it and I won.
Yeah, exactly. So, even if it's just one fight.
That's it, man. That's it.
I think that's pretty cool because, that regret part, that's kind of similar to my whole, I never did no class for studio. I don't even know if I'm good at talking, man.
Yeah. So you're doing a good job, bro.
Like I always had this in the back of my head. I think I want to do a podcast. I think I could do that. I would love to just sit down, talk to athletes, talk to fighters, things that I enjoy doing. And I had, 30, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to build my own. There was no studios. I'm like, I'm just going to build my own thing because of that regret part. I'm like, I just don't want to like go through life like just knowing like, what if I could have just done something?
Man. And that's what scares people is like the fear of like failure. Who cares? Exactly. And you know what? I was around like, so a little bit of like this whole thing that it started in my head was like, I have a good job.
Yeah,
I'm getting paid.
Yeah,
there's no need for me to fight, dude.
Exactly.
But I miss that struggle, dude, because I grew up with the struggle, and I've seen my family working hard for everything. So I got like complacent. I'm around people that are like so like, hey, I'm good where I'm at. I'm like, nah, dude, I need to do more. There's always more like that. I have to go for it. I miss the struggle, man. I honestly miss the struggle.
I agree with you. Is that I don't know if you want to call it adrenaline, but is that having a goal, man, like 100%. Having something to chase is very important.
Yeah, like I want to be 80 years old and do a marathon. My wife knows how I am, and she kind of like, she's awesome, man. Like we move as a unit, as family.
Yep, I could relate on there. I have a family. I got 2 kids, and telling your wife I'm grabbing X amount of money to build something that may or may not work. It just sounds crazy, It just sounds crazy. And she supported me, and it's very important.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome that, because usually it's very easy to be like, forget about that. We have bigger worries and It's cool that
we help each other, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, she's doing her. She's going for a master's. She became a firefighter. Like we've been through so much. Like we started with like a 1-bedroom apartment to a townhouse. Like we built ourselves up to like where
Together.
we're at. Yeah, absolutely. And
Amazing. Your wife is a firefighter.
yes, yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
amazing.
Yep. She's been hurt on the job too. That's a crazy job. So I'm actually I took the test. I'm trying to go over. I'm waiting for them to open up an academy.
Oh wow! Yeah. I had my friend Nick Pelletier. He's a firefighter. I forget. I don't know if it's in Lowell or not, but he, he went to the Navy
too. Yeah,
yeah. He's on the podcast. One of my first podcasts ever. He was telling me some crazy stories.
100%. Yeah,
that's a tough gig also, and people don't respect it as well as they should.
No, they absolutely. Man.
Yeah, like people. Yeah. The people that respect the cause, but some people forget. I'm like that's also pretty badass.
Oh,
and it's
so I'm like prepared to like face like another thing that's
Yeah.
crazy because I've been to like as a cop like when I was in overnights there was a lot of like multiple dwellings like unit dwellings that would be on fire and
Yeah.
like as a cop like if you're the first one on you gotta freaking get everybody the heck out.
out.
So I've kicked doors and I've had smoke in my face and I'm like
Yeah.
that now I understand like how crazy this is.
Yes,
you know?
yes. You think you could just go in
No,
there,
that
get them
smoke
out,
could
but
kill you, dude. Yeah.
it'll stop you right in your tracks. Tough. But you say you were fat and you got
Yep.
in shape.
Yep.
How is that? How what fat are we talking about? How fat?
I was about 215. I was having heartburn rolling off the bed.
Oh.
I thought I was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was so I was still like lifting. I had this mentality of like everyone looked at me like I was big, like I had muscles, but like I'm not ashamed, dude. I want to feel like cardio. I'm a big cardio guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was getting a lot of heartburn, man. I had to do something, change my diet and stuff, and that's when I started like working out. And I took it pretty serious, you know.
Nice.
So like right now I'm like 170, 172, but it trickled down. When I first started, I got to like 200 to 195. My first fight was actually 170, and now
Wow.
I got down. I'm making 155, which is freaking crazy.
You're not tall of a guy, so 170. That's
was
big dude.
Yeah. Oh, the kid was huge too. He was all like, you could tell he was on roids or something.
Yeah, like we were just talking about. We have a mutual guy
Yep.
that we know, Fernando.
Yep.
Fernando's around like probably would be like a 170.
He's a big boy, man.
So imagine.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
at a good level, no, I gotta go down. Even like honestly, my 145. A lot of guys would fight at 145.
Yeah, that's.
I'm like, I can't make that shit,
Yeah.
dude. I'm like,
Hey, Volkanovski, you kind of
Exact-
have that
yeah.
same kind of
the short,
build.
stocky build, yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
Yep.
that would be a good comparison. Yeah, MMA is one of those things where it's a new sport, so it came late. So
Yep.
there's a lot of people. I feel like if it was as big as it is now, when you came out of high school, this is probably would have been your path.
It was a little bit like honestly, I should have gone into jiu-jitsu, but I was so devoted to like wrestling. I respected wrestling,
Yeah.
and like I respected like the So my mindset was like I respect it so much. Like it doesn't care about the money. It's about the glory. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like I liked that aspect about the sport, and I didn't care about like the UFC and stuff. I liked watching it, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I always wanted to like be a Division I national champion. I thought that was like, although there's no
best.
money behind it,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
the greatest achievement because it's the hardest thing I feel
Yeah.
to do around here, you know?
Yeah, it's like I said, you have to respect
Oh.
wrestlers, man. One of my favorite fighters of all time, and people sometimes I say and they laugh, is Daniel Cormier. To me, John Jones had to go and ruin it, but to me, I'm like,
But
that's gonna be the best.
John
ever.
Jones, man, like when I went to my junior college, when I went out to Iowa Community College. He was at Iowa, one of the Iowa community colleges out there. I've heard
Oh, wow.
stories about him being crazy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They had Kobe Covington out there, like
Oh, wow.
that area, because that's why I chose. I'm like, if I'm gonna go junior college, I got to go to the best ones out there, and Iowa was stacked, man. It was stacked. A lot of
can
good
imagine,
guys.
Yeah. So that's a wrestling. Like,
Cain
state.
Velasquez, I believe, went out to
there?
the school. Yeah,
Oh, wow, yeah.
that's all you do
Yeah.
out there. It
Yeah,
was kind of it was a good experience living out there in Iowa. It's so different from here.
Yeah,
so
that's-
different.
Yeah, I mean, over
Good
here,
values. They have good values. It was kind of boring, but you work Monday through Friday. You get drunk on Saturday, and you go to church Sunday. You know, it's easy. It was a simple
yeah.
life. It was a simple life.
Nice. That's pretty cool. A lot of people, never get out of here. They don't get to experience how different things.
Oh,
get.
it opened up my eyes. I'm like, I'm going to the Midwest. I'm like, what the hell's out here? Like cowboys and Indians. But I'm a big religious guy. I believe in God and stuff like that. And they believed in God. I'm like, that's where I kind of like related to them. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like they lived their life like around God. And I'm like, I would come back here and I'm like, man, none of my friends talk about God and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's tough. My kids just finished first communion and stuff this year. Yeah. So I was raised, Catholic, and
I think it's so good for kids.
Yes, I think I when I was a teenager, I kind of lost it, and I stopped practicing as much. But I always understood, like, it gave me a good guideline for life.
Same for me, dude.
Yeah,
same for me. My parents, like I always respected them, but I'm like, I was a rebellious kid. I was bad. But then I always, in the back of my head, I always believed in God and Jesus, and I feel like that helped my path in life. And I want my son to be like, dude, wherever you go, I just want you to never feel alone, because you're not.
Yep.
And just have like the courage inside and just always do good. I want him to have a good soul.
Exactly. Very important. Very important. This question I always ask all fighters that come. I interviewed 2 boxers, Fernando, of course, black belt jiu-jitsu, MMA fighter.
Tough kid,
yeah. I always ask.
I want to match with him though, jiu-jitsu. Let's go, Fernando. I'm acting tough now.
He'll do it.
I'm telling you, bro, he's strong. I roll with him. He's strong.
Oh, he is, bro. Monster, man. Every time
he's a good dude.
Yeah, very, very nice person. He's always willing to come.
I take it back. I don't want the match. I'm joking.
But I've always asked this question: MMA or boxing? Because it's we seen it, all these crossovers and all these matches, and Fernando straight out tells me MMA, no question.
Like, who would win the fight, or what do I prefer?
What do you prefer? I know about the fight.
So boxing, I love the finesse. His footwork, it's a beautiful chess match. The MMA, I like the grittiness.
Yes.
So I like both.
Yes.
But the craziest, I'd have to say Muay Thai, man.
Really?
Yeah. Elbows, knees, kicks to the head. Yeah. Those guys are nuts, man.
You get out of there in pain. No matter if you win or lose, you're out of there.
Oh, we have some guys that's what they like focus on. So my gym's got like Muay Thai guys. I'm the wrestler. We have boxers and stuff like that. But the Muay Thai guys, man, when I clinch with them, try to take them down, I'm getting elbowed. I'm like, in real life, I'm all cut up.
Yeah.
But
tough sport. What's the name of the gym? Sorry.
Karasu Tengu Academy. It's in Nashville.
Nice.
Walter Catito Smith is one of the coaches, man. Awesome dude. Awesome. Peruvian guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
How important is it, your training partners? I know you've been very active. You had like 3 fights or something
this year,
yeah. And you're looking to get, more.
Yeah, so I had 3 MMA. I had 2 grappling matches, I believe, and I had an exhibition match in boxing for the low police.
Oh, nice.
So that was all this year, and I'm looking to do more. Yeah, for sure, man.
How is it important for your training partners, the crew that you have around you?
So that's the thing, yeah. So
you don't want to get hurt. You're fighting a lot, so
that happens. That happens a lot. So we stayed together. As much as I like to go cross train, there's a couple of gyms that I do trust, like Gorilla Fitness. There's a guy named Jake Pillar, Joe Peters. A lot of those guys, they're great guys. They understand, like, hey, we're not in it to like get you hurt. But yeah, you got to be cautious, because guys will want to like kind of size you up and say, hey, I can do good against you.
Yeah.
But I stick with the guys that I train with on a daily basis, like Mike Jolliker, Tyree Durham, James Johnson. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah. Yes.
Those are guys that like I know, like, you're gonna hit me, and I might get hurt, but I'm not gonna get injured.
There's a difference.
Yeah. So it's a lot, man. We respect each other. We're on our path. Like I'm having fun with this, but I want to see those kids develop and do awesome.
Nice. How's weight cutting for you? I know you're light heavyweight right now. That's what you're fighting.
Yeah. Lightweight.
Lightweight.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Lightweight.
That's all right.
So how is that?
I look big.
How is that? Is it easy?
It's easy. It's like smooth, because Mike, like I said, Walter, he was a professional fighter. This guy's got it down to a science, man. It's like I call him the general, because he'll look at somebody that I'm fighting. He'll just have to watch him once and be like, yo, this is how we, he's seeing stuff that I don't even see. Like, this is what we do to beat him. I'm like, fucking, hey, man, you understand fighting. Like, he understands the game.
Nice. So like, do you ever go in there with this person's a grappler, you go in there with a strategy of striking or
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's game plans, and that's when like the more you do it, the more comfortable you get, and you apply because you're gonna get rocked, you're gonna get hurt, but it's just applying that game plan. Stay to that game plan and stay calm. One of my first matches, man, I was throwing like crazy. I ran it like actually the second one, I ran it like an idiot because the adrenaline dump, and I ran it, I got clipped, and that was the end. But I'm like after that, I'm like, yo, slow down, work your jab, get in.
Is that what 3 rounds that you fighting?
Yeah.
So it's like you don't want to.
Well,
and also you just burn all your energy.
Oh yeah, well the championship one, it was 5 rounds, 3 minutes.
Wow. And sorry, I did. I should have done my research.
No, you good, bud.
Did you finish? That was you finished that fight, right?
It was,
or was it a decision?
So it was a unanimous decision. Yeah,
nice.
I dominated the match. He had me in the second round. He took my back, and I was kind of like, fucking, hey man, what did I do? Because I went for a takedown. I overcommitted. And he took my back. He put me in a body triangle. Now he's punched me in the face, and I'm like, I better not go out like this. This is my last chance to get a belt. I'm 38, but I'm like, I weathered the storm. I came back out, and I'm like, I put it on him.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw some clip where you're going crazy.
Oh, dude, I'm a different
so
person.
much energy. Yeah, I was just gonna say that you're very calm, man. Like I don't sense any.
And that's what I love. No, dude, I'm not. I call myself. I'm a violent hippie. I'm all about peace, love, family. But as soon as I get into that cage, like even like the walkout, like it just switches, and I'm like, I love that primitive mindset that I get into. It's like a different person,
You look into what I get is you look and just test yourself. And
100%.
That's
what I like about like growing up wrestling. Like I can control that switch.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to be a jerk, an asshole. I know like there's been moments where I get like I want to fight you, but I'm like I've never started a fight in my life, to be honest with you. I've always defended myself, but it's learning. I've learned that switch, and people. That's when like you'll go out to the bars and shit like that. People are screaming. I'm like, nah. It's a quiet dude that you got to be careful. He's just thinking about what he's gonna do to you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And you hear it plenty of times. Fighters have this they're not boisterous about this.
I'm telling you, you go to
macho energy that you think
you go to my gym, bro. It's all peace. It's all love.
Yeah,
it's we listen to reggae as well. Like we just chill.
Yeah. Favorite fighter, MMA. Somebody you look up to, and it doesn't have to be like just who's your favorite. It doesn't have to be who's the best or greatest.
Yeah.
Just favorite fighter.
I do like Volk. I like that what he's doing, but I love Khabib because I like everything that he stands for. He's about family. His father. That's an awesome story because I want to bring that with like my son.
Yeah.
Very.
Of course, it's on the. You can't deny it at this point. John Jones is the GOAT, right?
He is, dude.
Dana, he's the GOAT.
What I love about John Jones is like. He might have flaws, but like when it's game time, he's got that switch.
Yeah.
That switch.
Yeah. I mean,
you have to kill him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a scary person, scary dude. And it's the mind of John Jones.
For him to take down and beat up Daniel Cormier is a beast, man.
Yes.
And like he just, I love it. You know what? Because he knew, like, I know he had the same mindset as me. Like, we were junior college. You went Division I. Yeah. We have so much more to prove. I could have been you, but I just always fucked up in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, now it's my opportunity to get you.
Yeah. So
I feel like he had that.
Yes. And I understand, of course, it's undeniable he's the GOAT. But to me, I have other fighters that are, Khabib is one of them, just because I respect not just the ring, not just what's in the ring. Another one is Jesus. Why am I blanking out on his name? George St. Pierre.
Oh yeah,
those are two. Are like I have those two as my favorite all time fighters, and of course you have like the exciting fighters, the strikers.
See, I like Max Holloway because he's so calm.
Yeah,
but I like Dustin Poirier too because that's a dog. He's a dog.
Yeah, yeah. Those guys are, especially like Max. It's unbelievable.
I like look how calm he is, right?
Yes.
Hey, what's up, man? But then as soon as he gets in there, it's just like
he kind of got like that. He's Hawaiian, so he kind of got like that surfer vibe. It's just cool. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's like you said. It's those are the ones you have to worry about. Those quiet dudes.
Yeah, they're scary dudes, man.
Yeah. What about boxing?
Boxing, so I grew up with Cotto and stuff like that, but I'd have to say Floyd Mayweather, man. I didn't give him enough like props when he was around in my time.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big Canelo fan. I love Canelo, but watching
Yeah.
Floyd now, smooth, man.
It's just
Smooth.
the science
Just
of boxing.
unbelievable.
Yeah. You got to have him up there with one of the the greatest.
But I'm a big Roberto Duran guy, man.
Yeah, I mean, we all at the end of the day, we all the blood, the action.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It, whether you want to say it or not, you always appreciate those fights. Mayweather, of course, it's just the science of it is amazing, and he ain't gonna get hit.
What was it? My fourth fight, I was watching Hagler versus Hearns.
Oh yeah,
I had that fight on repeat because I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be war. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that fight was crazy. I never watched that fight until like I'm telling you, I watched about 20 times before practice, and I'm like,
yeah, just amped up. Yeah, wow. How's that, man? How's that mentality? Right. A week, right when that fight week starts. Like, how is that?
The anxiety is crazy. Because you're dropping the calories, but you're just thinking about like the possibilities of what's gonna happen. You're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
You're just like you don't know what's gonna happen, but. So you have so much anxiety. You feel like your whole body's heavy. So it's hard for you to get practice and stuff like that. But you just got to stay motivated, man. I try to listen to like calm music and know like, you know what? Not everybody's doing this. This is an opportunity for me to learn something, about myself, like internally. But it's crazy. There's nothing around it. Like, and then driving to the event, you're like, fucking, like you might pass out, and then you're backstage. But then like. You're warming up, and then as soon as you make that walk and you listen to that song, you're like, it's just like for me, I switch. I'm like, this motherfucker thinks he could beat me up.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna let that happen, And then I turn into a different person.
It's
yeah,
so scary. I give all fighters
because
props.
you see everybody's loud. You got everybody. You're walking out. I freaking love it because I do that switch, man. But yeah, beforehand it's crazy.
How is it on your family? I know it's you got a job. How is that? Like, do you take like that week off from work, or how does it work?
So I've been fortunate. I've been hurt, but I've been able to work. So I'll be limping around work and stuff like that. I go and hurt all the time. I've had a finger in my eye. I went in. I had my knee, my ankle. Like it's been for these past 2 years, man. The injuries have been crazy, but I have that tough mentality. I'm like, well, you want to do this. This is what you have to overcome.
Exactly. How is the mental like with your job? Do you before the fight week? Do you take that week off, or are you still going to work? Wow.
I still go into work. So if I weigh in on a Friday, I'll work until like Wednesday, and then I'll take a couple of days off to kind of just chill out. And it's hard for me to talk to anybody, even family. I shut everybody out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like your mental space must be.
Yeah, I get quiet, and I start listening to my music. That's when I start watching like the videos, like the Hearns and Hagler, and I'm like.
Just hyping yourself.
Yeah, well, because you got to visualize. If you don't visualize, I'm sitting. I'm in bed. Sometimes you wake up and you're like, shit, I can't sleep, dude. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's tough.
It is, man. It is. But at the end of the day, like it's like I said, it's a great experience. It's been a beautiful journey that I've been on, especially with these guys that I'm with. Every time that I'm walking up to the cage, I look over to Walter and he goes, "I'm with you, dude. I'm with you."
That's awesome.
And he is. That's what I said. Like the realest conversations I've ever had in my life so far have been inside that cage, like during the ring, like during the rounds. When he comes in, he goes, "You need to clean this up. You need to do this." He's being as real as possible, and I'm just like this. I like to look at the guy, to see where he's at too. But I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta start over again. Shit, I had him on the ground.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can only imagine. That's what I said. I think it's beautiful what you're doing because I'm sure. I had those feelings even for fighting. I took karate there. I took some boxing when I was growing up as a kid, but as an adult, I talked to Fernando about it. Like and I have that competitive nature. I hate losing. Yeah. So I'm even afraid of what happened to you happening to me.
Yeah.
You go in there, you start training, you get good, and all of a sudden you're like, oh man. So I'm afraid of that, but. I think it's awesome that you didn't care about your age. You like you said
doesn't even cross my mind, dude. I don't know why. Like I just because like in my mind, like I've always had like you're not old till you're dead, and I'm just gonna keep going. Whatever in life, dude, I'm just gonna keep going. Like people like I said, I was at work and people like, oh, you're old. I'm like, nah. Like I'm just gonna keep going until the wheels fall off.
Yeah, amazing. Well, man, keep going. I'm gonna keep definitely following your journey. I think it's beautiful. There's one more thing that I wanted to ask before we ended it. Your dad was in the Marine.
Yep.
How come you never went down that road?
That was another regret that I had too. You know, big Marine guy. I love the military guys, but I always looked at the Marines being number one, like because I like the grittiness.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like I was raised a Marine. You know, so I didn't have to go through it. So, but that was one of my regrets, man.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. The reason why I ask is because same thing. I have a buddy, David, who actually helped me build the studio. He went into the Army. And we were in high school together. I saw him go through the whole process. My mom would not, she was like, nope, there's no way. When I got out of high school, I was 17, so she wouldn't sign for me to. She was completely against anything. But that's one of those things where I'm like, I wish I could have.
Oh, dude, I love that. Like, the Semper Fi, like they have that bulldog, and like I feel like my father grew up like once a Marine, always Marine. So those guys have a solid like. I feel like once you pass boot camp, like you're in forever. And I shout out to my nephew Xavier. He's in the Army right now. He's about to graduate, so I'm proud of him, man. Yeah.
God bless to him.
Yeah,
hopefully,
Good
safe.
kid.
Yeah, hopefully he stays safe. And to you too, man. The cop is a tough job. Some people say it might be tougher than actually, joining the military just because it's
an everyday thing. Yeah,
exactly. And I appreciate what you do, man. Thank you for your service. And I hope we could keep doing it. Just coming back and talk.
For sure, brother.
Just fighting. And like I said, I'll definitely be keeping up with what you're doing.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, guys. E.D.J. Studios, the E.D.J. Podcast. Thank you.